is Republican Congressman Andy Biggs of Arizona, member of the House Judiciary Committee and the House Freedom Caucus. Congressman, thank you for being here.
Good morning, Arthel.
Thank you. In your position right away, sir, on the Alexander Murray bill.
Well, I don't think it does what we want to do. We want to repeal and then put in the reforms necessary to allow the free market. And their raison d'etre for doing this is to kind of keep the market stable. But the market's already a disaster. Insurance companies are leaving. People can't get insurance. And the subsidies are already in place. And that's what they want to do, perpetuate these subsidies. And I just don't think it does what we need to do to
well, they want
to
to
help the
extend
American
it for
people.
2 more years.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, they want to extend it for 2 years, and it's already a disaster. And so why would you extend something when we know that every repeal that we all support has a delayed effective date in it already to allow the markets to kind of to feather into that the new norm after we repeal it. So it just doesn't make sense.
Well, this morning on Fox News Sunday with Dana Perino filling in for Chris Wallace, Director of OMB Mick Mulvaney weighed in. Let's listen.
I think on the CSRs, what you're seeing the president say is, look, I would be okay with making these payments if I get something for people in exchange, if I get something that actually helps people. Give us more ability on associated health plans. Give us more ability to sell across state lines. Give us more ability to expand health savings account. Give us tools that actually help people, and we'll talk about looking at Alexander Murray.
So, as you know, Congressman, one of the big problems with the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, is that, as you pointed out, premiums will skyrocket and insurers will pull out of the marketplace. This is going to happen, though, if Congress doesn't restore the CSR payments, the cost-sharing reduction payments that the president ended last week. Do you feel the president is positioning Congress to be held solely accountable for the outcome, especially if a new health care bill is not passed? And is that a fair burden?
Well, I think it's fair because Congress promised that we would repeal it, and we're not repealing it. And the reality is the insurance companies are fleeing the marketplace. I've just been out talking with constituents all week, and they still want us to repeal Obamacare to make it more affordable. And, yeah, it comes back to us in Congress. We ran on this platform. Let's accept the responsibility and just do what we promised we'd do. And if we do that, I think do drop. And I think the marketplace stabilizes and more people can get health insurance instead of being forced out or getting health insurance that doesn't even work for them.
So it sounds like you want to work in accord with President Trump. Do you feel that you and fellow congressional members have gotten clear direction from the president as for what he wants in a new health care plan?
Well, I think he's been very clear that he wants a repeal and a replace. And I think he's been expressing some frustration. So when he says, okay, let's see what's in the Alexander Murray plan, I think what he's saying is, hey, you guys haven't done enough. Please help me out. Do something. Yeah.
Right. And I can understand that you're trying to work with the president. But I'm just asking, do you need any more specifics from the president other than, guys, get it done?
Well, no, I don't think so. I think we know what to do. The question is whether we have the political will to do it and the courage to keep our promise.
Do you?
I do. I hope my colleagues do.
I meant you as a collective in general. Do you think you can get something done?
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. I think that what I've learned since my short time in Congress is sometimes it's tough for everybody to do 2 things at once. But we're focusing on tax reform. But I believe that we'll see, hopefully, something on health care shortly thereafter.
And just quickly, and this is unfair to ask you to do it quickly, but if you could, what do you think is would be a best health care plan for American people, and how do you sell it to them?
Well, they elected us on a platform of repealing the ACA, and then you get in, just like Mick Mulvaney was talking about, things like cross-state sales, associational groupings. These types of things would reform the marketplace and drive insurance costs down and get more people on coverage. That's in a short way, Arthel, I think that would be very helpful.
Okay, Congressman Andy Biggs, nice to see you, and maybe you should have a prick margarita there for brunch and then sort it all out.